I was a more of a drama, heavy drama type. I didn't think I was very funny, but I've been told I'm funny. But it was mostly like I always played character roles. So, never the cute woman or the ingenue, or it was never anything like that. It was always like the drug addict, or the woman whose husband is cheating on her. I mean, it was never like ingenue, which I thought I was, but I wasn't.
And what plays were you in? Like, what parts do you remember?
Oh, I remember them all. There was a play I did called The Blacks. I don't know if you know it. It was written by a French guy named Jean Genet, who, that was the most interesting play I did. He was a psychopath. But the play was very interesting, and it was, parts of it were done with the period costumes, and, my character's name was Bobo, which means translated shit stirrer, or shit stirrer.
Oh.
And, so he was the one running around, just starting stuff with people on stage. And I've done a lot of stuff. A couple plays where I played an alcoholic. This one show called Home. I actually got to meet the guy that wrote this when I actually moved to California. I met him in a bar, and he gave me his numbers, and I didn't call him. And of course, then he did Prince of Bel-Air, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, all these shows after. Sam Art Williams, he gave me, it was a show called Home he wrote years ago.
So he wrote Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
Well, he was the producer, yeah. But when I met him, he wasn't doing that, but I was in such awe of having met him. So he gave me all his numbers. Of course, when he became, like, really big, I couldn't get, all the numbers were changed. I was always afraid of exploiting a relationship, or I was very shy about people thinking you're just trying to use me. But, this is what the business is. I have something to offer, you have something to offer. But I didn't get that at that time. When I would meet people, I didn't know how to really work a relationship with someone like that. He was a nice guy. He wasn't trying to hit on me. He was older, had a limp, And when I met him, I was like, oh my God, I did your show when I was in college. And, I met a couple people like that. And I was just so scared of coming off like, I need stuff from you. But which is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to, hey, can you help me out? Give me a part, whatever. I figured it out now. But heavy dramatic. I could cry at the drop of a hat.
Can you cry now?
If I wanted to.
Really?
It's really easy now that I have kids.
To cry?
Oh, yeah.
Why is that?
Well, because, it's good if you can conjure it up, work yourself up into some tears, but the best is when you're actually living in the moment. And so when you have people close to you, I never had kids when I was working, but when you think, just go in your head, and you don't want to do it sometimes, it's really dangerous and it scares you to think of something horrible happening to your child and start the lines there. It's really like, oh my God. But you have to go there for the work, and you shake it off and move on. Oh, but you try to get you sense memory, what they call it, when you need to go there. You don't want to fabricate tears.
So what kinds of things would you think about?
Someone raping my kid.
Oh,
is that like the ultimate or what? I've not used that. But if I needed to go there in an audition, I would definitely take it all the way. Yeah. It's all kind of tricks. But that's when I used to imagine something happening to like my sister or something like that, or all kinds of stuff. Sometimes it's inherent in the script. It's written in such a way that you don't really have to work that hard to get there. But sometimes, it's like, this doesn't make me want to cry or make me sad or whatever. But yeah, sometimes they want you to feel it but not cry. I did a TV show in Baltimore. They said, yeah, we understand your daughter's just been killed, and she was a gangbanger, and I was some low-budget heroin addict whose kids were into gangs and stuff, and my daughter got killed, and that's where my scene started. And so the director was like, I said, he gave me direction. I said, no tears. He said, no, she's not that kind of mother. And I said, okay. He said, so I had to conjure it all up, deliver the lines, but no tears. And then I told him, I said, I really feel like she needs to be crying. I'm sorry. And he was like, okay, we'll do one with the tears. And we did it. And I see what he was saying. Because she just wasn't that kind of mother. She was thinking about her next fix, more so than, oh, my 17-year-old daughter is dead. And then I had a scene with a little girl who was like 5, which was hard because I had to rough her up, because I was, it was a trip, yeah.
What show was this?
Homicide, Life on the Streets.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. I got the next to the last episode after having auditioned for this woman for years and almost getting permanent parts on the show. Finally, the next to the last episode before it went out the air, I got the part. It was like, yay! The main thing you have to do is be true to the writer. you have to project what the writer meant when he wrote that. So a lot of it probably has a lot to do with like what you guys do here at SAIS in terms of international relations theory and this kind of thing. It's actually very, I don't know if the word is tactical, but you literally have to look at the lines and just try to figure out what he's trying to say. And you have to figure out how you're going to bring the life to that. A lot of analyzation, just trying to figure out what he meant. Even like straightforward. It's like you almost have to give a purpose to every line or every paragraph. Mm-hmm. Once you figure that out, then you try different ways. I used to be up late at night in school trying to figure out like a 2-paragraph monologue, particularly of someone like a Jean Genet who was very complex and crazy anyway. But you really want to do the author justice. You're not trying to give your interpretation of what you think he meant. It's your job as an actor to try to figure out what he means by doing whatever research you need to do. You have to be true to the writer. They don't like it when you don't. You know what I mean? So once you kind of approach it from a stance of you're having respect for this person who wrote this body of work, it's very interesting. I love doing research on scripts and monologues and stuff, trying to figure out what the heck he meant, what she meant. Yeah.
I like how you connected it to the SAIS experience.
Oh, but it's true. I mean, you guys learn the facts about the world, but then you have to, I'm trying to do a layman's point of view of this based on what I've seen from proctoring exams, but it seems like you have to make your own decisions and hypotheses about things based on what's already happened or whatever. But you have to come from a place of truth. The same thing with a script or anything else, really. I mean, you always have to come from a place of truth, and that's what I think. And that's what I think international relations is.